चीफ गेस्ट डॉक्टर प्रवीण कुमार सिंह सर को आमंत्रित करती हूँ कि वो स्टेज में आए और अपने बहुमूल्य विचारों से हमें अनुग्रहित करें। प्लीज सर।
A very good morning to everyone present here in this auditorium. Dignitaries present here on the dais and off the dais, teachers and other staff members of Damodar Valley Teachers Training College, dear students, media persons, and all those present here for this two-day international seminar on inclusive learning and special education in the global context. First of all, I must thank the organizers of this seminar who thought about such a vibrant and important topic. We need to discuss such issues in the society, and it has been my way to reach people through seminars and conferences. Many of you must have attended my national seminars that I conducted in P.K. Memorial College on human rights, on India's foreign policy, on other issues, on environment. And I had the opportunity, since I thoroughly believe that it is only through a debate and discussion that we can move on. If we just mug up things and go on cramming things, nothing will change in the society. An academic seminar is certainly a place where you can open your mind, where you can discuss your thoughts and ideas and present your views on things which might traditionally be totally different from what you think. So I had the opportunity to attend a number of, now I have stopped counting, national and international seminars, conferences in India and abroad. I had the opportunity to be a visiting scholar in the University of Sheffield, UK, through an ICSSR fellowship. And there I had the opportunity to visit various topmost universities and institutions like the London School of Economics and Political Science, Oxford, Cambridge, Institute of Commonwealth Studies. And then in the same spree, I had the opportunity to visit the topmost universities in the USA after a few years, where I visited Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, Massachusetts, Princeton. I do not want to count these names just because I want to tell you that I have visited these places. I want you to focus on the idea that I also belong to the same environment from where you are coming up. So if I had the opportunity to visit all these places, I think you also can do it. And it's almost 28 years I have been teaching in this university after having studied in Delhi University. I think that the students over here are certainly energetic, intelligent, laborious, but there is something that is lacking. That environment is lacking. What I found in Delhi University, what I found in my teachers in Delhi University, why I did not miss any class of political science when I was a student in Ramjas College or in Delhi University. It's because the teaching that they provided, the way they taught was so wonderful that missing a single class meant that I would miss my journey to life. And a teacher can deliver in one class or in a few sentences that can change your life, that can be a turning point of your life, of your career. I always told my students, don't ever miss my class, because I myself don't know what I'll be teaching and what I'll speak that day. So maybe it could be such an important thing that will change your life trajectory. So first, I would like to tell you what learning is. For a proper path of learning, and so that you may learn what you actually have to learn, you have to unlearn what you should not learn. It is in the global context that we are talking. It is the age of AI, artificial intelligence. Before I speak up, before the topic is being discussed, many of the students must have already gone through so many AI formed notes and YouTube videos on this topic. So the world is fast changing. We cannot move on with the same pace that we used to. Why am I telling this? Because in 2003, when I visited the University of Sheffield in UK, I think we are at the same stage today in 2025. We are lagging behind in education, I must tell you. How do we catch up? It is through such seminars, discussions and debates. Many of the attendees would be here just for the sake of a certificate that will help them in their career. But actually, if we go beyond that and we stop counting how many seminars you have attended, only then you will start actually attending seminars for the sake of knowledge, because knowledge is power. Without knowledge, there is a vacuum. And do not let this knowledge be guided by artificial intelligence. You can make use of artificial intelligence. Mankind created artificial intelligence. Now artificial intelligence should not create mankind. This is an age of cybercrime. I never use the word cybercrime, I call it cyber security. Because there are two paths in education. You talk about all the negatives in the world, try to find solutions, or you talk about the positives in the world and move on. So I take the other path. I talk about the positives. So how do we secure ourselves from the cyber threats? These are the latest things that we have to include in our learning. We have to reformulate our syllabi time and again. There's the new education policy that we have. I have attended so many workshops on that, and just now I organized a seminar, a lecture by Professor Kumar Suresh from NIRPA, National Institute of Education and Planning, New Delhi. He had come to Vinod Bihari Mathur Balanchal University. Actually, he was there in ISM. And since he knows me and is a friend, so he wanted to come to our university also. Everyone must be aware of what new education policy is. Why do I say we are 20-25 years back of the advanced countries? Certainly we will be a Vishwaguru one day. I have no doubt, because I am always optimistic. But first we have to catch up. Today we are talking about various things in new education policy, like multiple exit and entry and your choice of subjects. I must tell you a very simple example that will tell you why we are lagging behind. A professor in the Department of Politics in University of Sheffield, Dr. Jean Bruegel. When I tried to look up the website of Sheffield and find out where she was after a few years, I could not find her. Then I went to the email and contacted her, and she said, I am head of Department of Geography. All these things were beyond imagination in this university. And whenever we tried to have students who would say, sir, I would do a PhD on human rights under you, and since I'm from the international relations, people will look up, no, you can't do it. So after so many years, you understand that it can be done. Like environment, it is not the sphere of any one person or any discipline. Anyone can work on environment. Same is the case with education. Why a person of international relations talking about education? I have spoken in so many seminars. In most of the B.Ed colleges, I have been invited for a lecture. Because education is not a field of only people who have been traditionally brought up in this subject. It is everybody's field. It is everybody's concern. You might not use the same terminology, but at least you know what it has to be and where it has to lead us, where it has to lead mankind. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Peace, harmony, love for all, development, sustainable development. These are the ideals we need to achieve through education. And do you think you can achieve these things without inclusive education? Why are we talking about inclusive education? That means there is a lot of discrimination. I had this opportunity, and first of all, I must thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Binod Bihari Mathur Kalanchal University, Dhanbad, Senior Professor Dr. Ram Kumar Singh. He was very busy today and he could not make it to this important, very important event that I call a seminar. And he bestowed on me this responsibility to do justice on his behalf. A few days back, he asked me to go to an NGO and a school run for the disabled or the specially abled. That's the Divyangjan, the new terminology, the positive terminology that we should always use. It's not that it was the first time that I had been there. During my school days, when I was in Delhi Public School, Delhi, we had gone to the Cheshire Home of the blind and the deaf and dumb. And I had seen things, and from that time only, things were lurking in my mind that I must do something for them. When I went to this NGO called Jeevan, and the enthusiasm that I found in these specially abled children, it gave me another idea that people who have everything, who are physically totally fit, they try to run away from the college, bunk classes, do not attend lectures. And these people who had some kind of a disability in life, they were ready to learn everything through Braille, through other systems, through other modern technologies. And I had seen in Delhi University, there were teachers who were blind. There was a teacher in political science. In Bokaro Steel City also, he was blind. So your disability cannot hamper you in this modern age. If science and technology has advanced, it has advanced for everything, in every sphere of life. Actually, when we talk of inclusive education, what are we talking about? We are talking about the discrimination that is being done in the society. In the way of gender discrimination, why women were not allowed to catch up with men in any sphere of life. The socio-economic disparity. You must have uh, read the book of Joseph Stiglitz, Globalization and its Discontents. I must tell you that I have been talking on globalization for a long time. And in Stanford, I was trying to look for Professor Joseph Stiglitz, that I could meet this man personally. It would be a great day for me. But unfortunately, he was out of country that day. He talks about the gross inequality in the society. 1% of people having 99% of the wealth. That is the reason of exclusive or excluding people from getting normal education. The socio-economic conditions. But is the government not trying anything? Do not we have E-Kalyan? I am a principal in a college, a constituent college of this university, and I can assure you that most of the students are getting this scholarship. They are learning free of cost. It's free for the girl child in Jharkhand. It is free for the economically backward children. So that is not the reason why children are not coming out. So what is the reason? Maybe it is the parents who are not aware. Maybe it is the parents who are not aware. So awareness is a must. ये जागरूकता अभियान हर क्षेत्र में चलनी चाहिए. और बहुत खुशनसीब हैं जो कॉलेज और स्कूल पहुंच पाते हैं. और उसके बाद अगर हम सम्मान नहीं करते अपने शिक्षकों का, अपने अध्यायों का, अपने अध्ययन का, अपने समय का, आश्चर्य होता है जब मैं अपने छात्र छात्राओं से मिलता हूँ और पूछता हूँ कि आप ग्रेजुएट होने वाले हैं, क्या आपने कोई फॉर्म भरा? हर व्यक्ति कहता है अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इज द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम ऑफ सोसाइटी. कौन सा अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट? क्या ऐसा नहीं लगता कि आप खुद से अनएम्प्लॉय हुए हैं, अपने आप को बनाकर रखा है आपने? Maximum students would say they have not filled up any form even in the 6th semester. They are about to finish up the graduation course and they do not know what is UPSC, BPSC, JPSC and other examinations. So what are you waiting for? The government to give you everything. Now democracy has become a kind of a, I do not know what word to use about it. It's a misnomer. In political science, we are taught that democracy is a way of life. It is not just a form of government. And while talking to Francis Fukuyama in Stanford University, when I asked him, he had just written an article on democracy, why democracy is not working. Sir, what is the main problem in India? Why is it not working? Or is it working? What is your view? He is one of the top political scientists in the world, Francis Fukuyama. End of history and the last man. He was the person who talked about the disintegration of the Soviet Union long back before it happened. He said the biggest problem of India is the judicial system. Where is justice? You file a case and you get it after 20 years. Is it justice? So where is justice for the specially abled children? Are we only talking about it or are we actually letting them get the advantages of education? So for inclusive learning, for special education in the global context, we need to understand that we have to change our mentality. We cannot look down upon people who are not rich, who are economically poor. who are socially not the favored ones, who are physically not so well off as others. Like you would remember George Orwell's Animal Farm, when he says all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. When will we stop doing this? All humans are equal, but some are more equal than others. When will we stop disrespecting our constitution? When will we stop disrespecting the United Nations Charter of Human Rights? It starts with the first article and talks about dignity of man. If you are discriminating with a person, you are some way attacking the dignity of that person, diminishing the dignity of that person. गरिमा, आपकी गरिमा सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है। और जैसे ही आप कहते हैं कि ये तो फिजिकली चैलेंज हैं, इनको कैसे ये पढ़ाएंगे, इनको तो दिक्कत होगी, डोंट यूज दिस टर्मिनोलॉजी, मेक देम फील दैट यू आर द सेम, एंड गॉड हैज गिवन ऑल दिस पावर्स इन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स। कि अगर वो एक चीज़ थोड़ा कम आपको देते हैं तो दूसरा बहुत ज़्यादा देते हैं। कि आप अपने जीवन में देख लीजिए, अगर आपके पास पैसा कम है तो दिमाग ज़्यादा होगा, मेहनत करने की शक्ति ज़्यादा होगी। अगर आप कम सुन सकते हैं तो देखते बहुत अच्छा होंगे। कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा है। स्टीफन हॉकिंग की बात कौन नहीं जानता? A totally disabled person in the language of the common man and the most intelligent, a great scientist. Time machine. So it's all a matter of time. समय को समझना होगा। समय हमें ये बता रहा है कि आप विश्व गुरु का रट लगाने से विश्व गुरु नहीं बनेंगे। निश्चित रूप से एक मेंटल वाइब आएगा, एक पॉजिटिव वाइब आएगा और हम पॉजिटिविटी की ओर बढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि 1000 बार अगर एक सच को बोलो तो झूठ को भी बोलो तो सच हो जाता है। ये एक चाइनीज प्रोवर्ब है। तो हम इस झूठ को ही बोलते रहें, क्योंकि ये झूठ तो है नहीं। विश्व गुरु तो हम थे ही कभी ना कभी, लेकिन आज के समय में ये विश्व गुरु तभी हम बन सकते हैं जब हमारी पूरी जो पॉपुलेशन है, जनसंख्या है, वो जागरूक हो सके, उन सबको वो सुविधाएं मिल सके जो एक आम आदमी को मिल रहा है, जो एक पैसे वाले को मिल रहा है, जो एक अमीर व्यक्ति को मिल रहा है। हमें अपने संस्थाओं को जागृत करना होगा, अपने शिक्षकों को जागृत करना होगा। ये बात कही जाती है कि गुरु शिष्य परंपरा है। कहाँ भूल के बैठे हैं हम गुरु शिष्य परंपरा। जब ये बात कही जाती है कि हर शिक्षक में एक वो गुरु मौजूद होता है, तो हर शिक्षक को भी अपना इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करना चाहिए कि whether I am that guru for that my student, whether I am leading him from darkness to light, as Rabindranath Tagore had said about what India he wants to build, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where world has not broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, जहाँ स्वामी विवेकानंद जैसे महापुरुष और ज्ञानी आपके देश में जन्म लिए और उन्होंने कहा कि रिलीजन कोई बंधन नहीं होनी चाहिए, रिलीजन और कस्टम्स जो हैं हमें बांधने नहीं चाहिए, हमें फ्री करना चाहिए, हमें आध्यात्म की ओर ले जाना चाहिए। और वीकनेस इज डेथ, स्ट्रेंथ इज लाइफ, ये तो सबसे बड़ी बातें हमारे गुरुओं ने कहा। और ऐसे गुरु हमें अपने अंदर विकसित करना है हर शिक्षक को, तभी ये इंक्लूसिव लर्निंग हो पाएगा। क्योंकि जिसे आप सिखाना चाहते हैं वो जब तक आपको गुरु ही नहीं समझेंगे, बस एक शिक्षक मानेंगे कि इंफॉर्मेशन देने वाले गूगल हैं, कोई छोटे गूगल कोई बड़े गूगल, तब तक वो आपको फॉलो नहीं करेंगे जब तक आपका फॉलोअर नहीं बनेंगे। और अपने आत्मसात नहीं करेंगे अपनी शिक्षा में, तब तक उनका फ्यूचर नहीं बनेगा, तब तक उनका भविष्य अंधेरे में रहेगा। और भविष्य को अगर विकसित करना है तो उन्हें निरंतर प्रयास करना होगा, और कभी भी हम आधुनिकता के पीछे नहीं छोड़ सकते, वैश्वीकरण से मुंह नहीं मोड़ सकते। अब ये वापस नहीं हो सकती है गाड़ी जो हम चल चुके हैं, और जिसका नाम वैश्वीकरण है, निजीकरण है, औद्योगिकीकरण है। लेकिन हम इतना जरूर कर सकते हैं कि इन सब में एक मानवता की भावना को समावेशित कर सकें। कई बातें आपसे कहनी है, और मैं आशा करता हूं कि ये 2 दिनों का अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी जो आप यहाँ पर आपने आयोजन किया है वो बहुत ही सफल हो, और खास करके सफल हो हमारे छात्र छात्राओं के लिए, जो बहुत अच्छी तरीके से समझ सकें कि शिक्षा क्या है, और जिस मार्ग पे आप चले हैं बीएड एजुकेशन, जो टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज है ये, उसका अर्थ क्या है। यहाँ आपको अलग से सिखाया जा रहा है एनईपी में, हालांकि ये बातें अब हर कॉलेज में होंगी, क्योंकि वहाँ 4 ईयर इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्स होगा, जिसमें ग्रेजुएशन के लोग भी अब बीएड कर पाएंगे। और ये बात मैं आज नहीं, आज से 15-20 साल पहले मैंने ये अपने सेमिनार कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा था कि क्यों ऐसा है कि सिर्फ अमीर ही बीएड की डिग्री हासिल कर सके, क्योंकि आप गरीब हैं तो बीएड की डिग्री तो हासिल कर नहीं सकते। अब एनईपी ने ये बात खत्म कर दिया है। अब हर व्यक्ति जो चाहता है कि मुझे एजुकेशन इज ऑल्सो लाइक अ सब्जेक्ट, like political science, history, commerce, it is also a subject। लेकिन हाँ, वो एक ऐसा विषय है जो सब में निहित है, क्योंकि फाइनली तो आपको एजुकेटेड होना है। जब आप अपने आप को कहते हैं कि आई एम अ पीएचडी इन सम सब्जेक्ट, आप पीएचडी हो सकते हैं, पर क्या आप शिक्षित हैं? अब ये अलग एक कहानी होगी जिस पर एक अलग डिबेट चलेगा। तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और खास करके मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं अपने कुलपति महोदय का, सीनियर प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर राम कुमार सिंह जी। और उन्हें जब आप कभी सुन पाएंगे या सुनेंगे, आपको मौका जरूर मिलेगा, तो आप जान जाएंगे कि एक अच्छे शिक्षक को होना कैसा चाहिए, एक अभिभावक को होना कैसा चाहिए। उन्हें जरा भी संकोच नहीं होता कि विश्वविद्यालय के लिए, कॉलेजों के लिए, अपने शिक्षकों के लिए, अपने छात्र छात्राओं के लिए जितना भी कर सकें वो करें, जितना भी समय देना हो वो देते हैं। पर ये मैंने हर दिन मैं ये देखता हूँ और इस बात का गवाह हूँ कि जब तक छात्र छात्राएं वहाँ पर मौजूद होते हैं, अपने एक भी प्रॉब्लम लेकर वो हटते नहीं हैं अपने कुर्सी से। और इसके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ कि, और खुशनसीब कहें आप हम लोग कि ऐसे कुलपति हमें मिले हैं। लेकिन उसका सदुपयोग हम तभी कर पाएंगे जब उनके बताए मार्ग का हम अनुसरण करें, और अपने शिक्षकों का सम्मान करें, और अपने कर्म पथ से हटे नहीं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि हमें बहुत सारे और गुरुजनों की बातें को सुनना है, जो स्पेशलिस्ट आए हैं बहुत विभिन्न विश्वविद्यालयों से, खासकर से जादवपुर यूनिवर्सिटी से, जहाँ के शिवाशीष चटर्जी साहब से मेरी पुरानी परिचय है इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस के ईस्ट फील्ड में। जब हमारे जेएनयू के प्रोफेसर एचएस चोपड़ा जी, यूरोपियन यूनियन में मैंने स्पेशलाइजेशन किया था, तो उन्होंने उनका ही नाम लिया था कि आप ईस्ट इंडिया में हैं तो आप उनसे मिलिए, उनसे टच में रहिए, क्योंकि हमेशा तो दिल्ली आना जाना डिफिकल्ट होगा। तो आपके पास बहुत अच्छे वक्ता आए हुए हैं, और मैं आपको गारंटी के साथ कह सकता हूं कि आपके सामने बहुत अच्छे श्रोता हैं, जो आपकी बातों का बिल्कुल अनुसरण करेंगे और समझेंगे, और आपसे डिबेट भी करेंगे। तो उस चीज़ों को, और अनीता जी को धन्यवाद, हमारे जो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हैं उनको फिर से धन्यवाद, और वाइस प्रेसिडेंट साहब और प्रेसिडेंट साहब इस कॉलेज के, हमारे जो अभिभावक हैं इस कॉलेज के, उनको भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और इस क्रम को आप हमेशा आगे बढ़ाते रहें, और NAAC B+ अब तो आगे बाइनरी सिस्टम होगा, ये ग्रेडिंग खत्म हो जाएगा। और IQAC कोऑर्डिनेटर मैं हूँ पूरे विश्वविद्यालय का। तो आपको अगर जो भी प्रॉब्लम हो, आप निष्फिक्र होकर आप पूछ सकते हैं कि अब आगे किस तरीके से NAAC में आगे बढ़ना है और अच्छा कैसे कर सकते हैं। ऑलरेडी आप अच्छे हैं, और अच्छा कैसे कर सकते हैं ताकि आपको विश्व लेवल पर पहुंचना है, दिस ग्लोबल कॉन्टेक्स्ट। झारखंड की बात मत कीजिए, भारत की बात केवल मत कीजिए, क्योंकि आप जब पूरे विश्व में भ्रमण करते हैं तो पता चलता है कि आपका सम्मान है, भारतीयों का सम्मान है। मैंने देखा है, मैंने ये फील किया। उस सम्मान को अपील करने के लिए जब मैं सच बात, बस एक वाकया आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि मैंने कोई अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं लिया था फ्रांसिस फुकुयामा जी से मिलने का स्टैनफोर्ड में। और जब मैंने रिसेप्शनिस्ट को मैंने चांस लिया, तो भाई मैं कहता हूँ कि आप ट्राई कीजिए, नहीं होगा कोई बात नहीं है। जब मुझे पता चला कि फ्रांसिस साहब यहाँ पर हैं फुकुयामा जी, तो क्यों ना इनसे मिलूं। जब इनके किताबें पढ़ते हैं, हमारा जीवन बीता है और इतने बड़े विद्वान हैं, तो मिलने का प्रयास करते हैं। रिसेप्शनिस्ट ने मुझसे पूछा कि डू यू हैव एन अपॉइंटमेंट? आई सेड नो। स्ट्रेट अवे मैंने कहा नहीं, और विदेशों में ये प्रचलन है कि बिना अपॉइंटमेंट आप नहीं जा सकते। उन्होंने तुरंत कॉल किया फुकुयामा जी को कि a gentleman from India wants to meet you. I was thinking what he will say, and I did that mantra. Yes, yes, he will say yes, and he said yes. That moment I realized this word India did a wonder. A gentleman from India wants to meet you. India had contributed over there. India does contribute to my personality. India does contribute to everything that I do. So be an Indian and be a proud Indian so that we can learn together, teach together and grow up together. Thank you so much.